At 95.9 WATD.com.
Healthy Living Magazine has taken to the airwaves. Straightforward and empowering talk radio. Intriguing guests. Upbeat call-in segments. Wellspring for mind, body, and spirit. WATD is proud to present Healthy Living with Candida, editor and publisher of the Healthy Living Magazine. Tune in Sunday evenings, 7 to 8 to find out about the who, what, where, and when of traditional and alternative health and wellness south of Boston and the Cape. Candida is waiting to talk with you. Call in at 781-837-4900. Now, here's WATD's Candida.
Hello and healthy day, everybody. Welcome to Healthy Living. I'm your host, Candida, and we have
Nora Knight.
Tonight's show is Metaphysical Messages with Linneas Starr, wonderful, extraordinary psychic medium.
Oh, thank you. You're nice.
Bringing messages of past, present, and future. Her website is www.linneastar.com. That's LINNEASTAR.com. Probably about 10 minutes, we're going to open up the lines. But I'll give the number because folks say we never give it in time. 781-837-4900. Welcome, Linneas Starr.
Thank you. How are you?
Doing great. You look great today.
You
look beautiful. She's radiating all this white light. It's great.
You're nice.
Yes.
Thank you for noticing. I guess a little respite does well for mind, body, and spirit.
That's right.
Body and spirit. And I wanted to talk a little bit tonight about weddings. And the reason being, it's that happy wedding season now, and everyone will be invited to something beautiful between June, I'm sure, and October. And I happened to catch an incredible exhibit up at the Peabody Essex Museum, and it's all about brides. And they have the gowns, the contracts, the wedding cakes, different countries, what they do for their bridal traditions. And I thought about it all week, and I said, you know what, I think I want to go over some wedding traditions that are dyed in the wool and have been around for thousands of years.
That's really cool. You know, my next guest that I'm having on is also about weddings.
Isn't that coincidental?
Isn't that funny?
And I just was talking to her, lovely girl, and she said, I'm doing weddings tonight. And I went, I am too.
I know.
How incredible is that?
That's
the
amazing.
Universe wanted us
to be together.
all be here doing the goddess thing, so that's great. I wanted to talk about the phrase tying the knot. Now, you know when people get engaged, they say, oh, you're tying the knot. And I always wondered, what does that mean? At this beautiful exhibition, it showed a lot of Asian and Indian and Oriental traditions. And sometimes during some of the wedding ceremonies, the husband and wife, their hands are tied with a silken knot during the ceremony, hence to tie the knot. Then they had a picture of some Grecian weddings with the crowns, and the girl wears a crown and the groom wears a crown. They touch the crowns, they tie the two crowns together with a silken knot. It's called tying the knot. Now, isn't that interesting? You wouldn't think that that would be the reason. The engagement ring is the circle of life, and they always consider it to be an eternal band, and they put it on the left finger, the left hand, third finger, because that vein goes to your heart vein. And supposedly, because that ring is on the heart finger, your heart will be filled with love for the person who gives you that circle of eternity. Isn't that cool?
I didn't know that.
So
That's
beautiful.
Really
The other thing is, I always wondered why they threw rice at a bride and groom. I never knew why. And what I found out recently is that they throw the rice as a diversion so that the brides and the bride and groom will start life without any demons or any evil spirits. The evil spirits will eat the rice and leave the bride and groom alone.
Interesting.
When a bride wears her veil, it's to hide her. It's to hide her from anything that could interfere with her getting to her love at the temple or the church of her choice. So it's to hide her identity and to protect her as she meets the love of her life. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and a sixpence in her shoe. I always wondered what the something blue was, and I didn't know what it was. It's the color of heaven. And because they have the color of heaven, blue will make your marriage heavenly. It'll reach the heavens and you'll be blessed, which is really kind of pretty. White is for purity and joy, but a lot of other cultures, the Indian people from India, the people from China, they'll often have the bride change her gown. And red is a very happy color for those cultures. And sometimes the Indian bride, very beautiful culture, she'll put henna on her hands, and that is to symbolize her marriage, but they will hide the initials of the groom inside the henna, and he's supposed to find his initials on the wedding night.
Oh, neat.
It's like a little game.
Yeah.
And, every country has their own traditions. There's another one, you catch the bouquet, and if you catch the bouquet, then you might be the next one who's going to be married. And if you take a piece of the wedding cake, and the bride is the only person that's supposed to cut the cake because it's symbolic of feeding her groom, she's going to be cooking for him and feeding for him, hence she should be the one that cuts it. You take a little piece of the bridal cake and you put it under your pillow if you're a single person, and supposedly you'll dream of your future love.
Interesting.
I did that once, I remember.
It's a sweet tradition. It's just so pretty.
A sweet tradition.
The other thing is with when you have children, I wasn't sure what the blue and the pink symbolized. Found out that the blue, again, for a boy, is because it's heavenly, and they want the heavens to bless the child. And for a girl, it's because it's the pink rose, the rose of femininity. So pink and blue for boys and girls came out because blue is heavenly and pink is symbolic of the little rose. So some of the things are many, many years old. And the other thing I didn't realize, when they put the old shoes on the car and you drive away with the shoes, I always wondered, what does that mean? They don't put new shoes on the car. They put old shoes so you will walk through life together until your shoes are worn out. So isn't that cool?
That's symbolic. That's nice.
And the other thing I really didn't understand is you're not supposed to see the bride. The groom isn't supposed to see the bride the night until the day of the wedding. And I always wondered what that was. Well, in olden times, they used to sometimes arrange marriages. And sometimes if the groom didn't like what he saw, it wasn't boding well for showing up the next day to get married. And this is like thousands of years. This is like thousands of years ago. So when you think of all the traditions and how we do hold dear to them, it's really kind of cool. The honeymoon period meant that they could go away by themselves. And in ancient times, the groom used to just take the bride. And the honeymoon period was a few weeks of him getting to know her and she's getting to know him. And they called it the honeymoon. And they drank something made out of honey, mead, M-E-A-D-E. So honeymoon meant they got to know each other, they got to be together for a while, and she wasn't missing her family quite as much.
Right.
So it's really kind of nice. So you just really like to know the origins of some of these phrases and some of these traditions. So it's kind of cool.
What's the name of the exhibit again, in case folks
It's the Salem Peabody Essex Museum, and it's called Wedded Bliss. And I think it's running for another month, but it's just so fascinating. And one of the things that I looked at, and I looked at it with a number of emotions, I always have had a fascination with Tsar Alexandra and Tsar Nicholas, the two people that were assassinated in Russia. They have her wedding crown. She was the daughter of Queen Victoria, and she left England to marry the Tsar. And her wedding crown is there. It's a little tiny crown covered with diamonds, and they have a huge picture of her on the wall. And, her marriage, I think they were pretty happy. They had several beautiful children, and their lives ended so sadly. So it was just kind of poignant to see her crown and her picture and to think, what if that didn't happen? And oddly enough, she was very close to someone named Rasputin. I don't know if you are familiar with Rasputin. Rasputin was a holy man. And he also had political aspirations, but her son was a hemophiliac, her youngest boy, and that's endemic sometimes in royal households because of the inbreeding. And Rasputin had a way of calming Alexei and helping him to get over the bleeds that he would have, and she became very indebted to him for his help with the child. Unfortunately, he had other motives, and because of the political situation, a lot of people think her connection to him might have precipitated some of the problems that led to the tragedy that ended their dynasty, which is kind of fascinating. We'll probably never know the answers, but to go back in time and to see her in her wedding outfit with the beautiful crown on, it was like, wow, that word "if" is so big. I was explaining to Noreen earlier, I had a very interesting experience last week. I had gone to do an event, and a young woman came in. And she said, I saw you 6 years ago. And I kind of remembered her. And then I said, I know what happened. While I was talking to you, a very dear friend of mine kept coming through. He had just passed away. And I had predicted a baby girl. And I said, you're going to buy a new home. And she said, well, it took about 3 months. She got pregnant. And she was looking at houses in the area that I live in. And she finally bought a house. And when she went to do the closing, it was through a realtor, she saw the name on the paperwork. it was my friend who passed away in spirit.
Wow.
And he came through. He came through, and he kept saying, I want my house to be a home again. I want somebody in my house. And I left. I never saw her again until last week. And she said, I actually had my daughter in the new house. And she said, when I bought the house and saw his name, you had mentioned him the night I met you. She said, I think it was synchronicity that he wanted us to be in his home and to make it a home again. But isn't that kind of cool?
She always tells the most amazing story.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like it's story time here on WATD the first Sunday of the month.
Cool.
But wasn't there a little added twist to it?
Yeah, there was an added twist. She went into the Children's Museum recently. And I'll make this quickly. She got there early, and she had her two children. And there was another young woman there, and the women were kind of saying, "Oh, we got here too early. Where are you from?" So my client told this woman where she was from, and this lady is not from there. But she said, "I was originally from that town," and she gave her name. She's the sister of the gentleman in spirit.
Oh, wow.
So she actually met her at the Children's Museum in Boston. And my feeling was this very dear friend of mine wanted these two to meet, because what the sister said is, we're just so happy that a family bought the house and there's children there again. She said, and I know my brother would be happy about that. And the woman said it was just full circle.
It's so powerful.
It's wonderful how
Very
much,
powerful.
proof she gives to life after.
There's definitely people,
Thank you.
the spirits on the
It's
other
wonderful.
side.
I think we're going to take a short, quick break, and then
we
we'll
have
come
Lisa.
back with Lisa.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Mark Mincole of the Natural Health and Healing Show. I invite you to join me at the Company Theater in Norwell on Thursday, June 5th from 7 to 9 p.m. for a once-in-a-lifetime sound and light healing presentation. During this show, those in attendance will enjoy a powerful healing experience from a series of inspirational talks, music, and radiant colored light. For information, call Candide at 781-834-2728. And for more information, tune into the Natural Health and Healing Show, heard Sundays at 8 p.m. right here on 95.9 FM WATD.
Are you sick and tired of feeling sick and tired? Try acupuncture. Acupuncture is a safe and effective FDA-approved treatment for over 50 health conditions. Dan Karp, licensed acupuncturist, has been successfully treating people for their pain, stress, and smoking cessation for almost 25 years. Acupuncture Associates of the South Shore is located at 12 Dimmock Street in Quincy Center. Call Dan today, 617-471-5577. Acupuncture works. Call 617-471-5577.
Where did I come from? Where am I going? Original Christians presents a video program about the reason and purpose of our earthly life. Cambridge Public Library, Central Square, Saturday, June 14th at 12:30. Find out more about reincarnation and how it affects our lives today. For more information, call 1-800-846-2691. This is a free presentation. Again, that number for more information, 1-800-846-2691.
Thank you, and I think we have someone waiting to talk to us. I think her name is Lisa. Lisa, how are you?
I'm fine, Linnea. How are you?
Good. Have you ever done this before?
Yes, I have done a reading with you. I actually did one last March with my daughter.
Oh, okay. And did some things come true for you?
Yes, some things have come true.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's so wonderful. Thank you very much for the affirmation. I appreciate that. Do you have any questions? Did you have a question
actually,
you
I
wanted
do
to
have
ask?
one question.
Sure.
When we did the reading, we had a picture, and does the name Antonio Banderas ring a bell with you?
Yes, it does.
I was just wondering if you could give me any more insight into Antonio.
Okay. Why do I see? Well, I know. This is the dragonfly.
Yes,
He's
it
a
is.
dragonfly lady. Hi, how are you?
Oh, I have an awesome Sedona dragonfly story I'll have to tell you, too. But
Good for you. Oh, and how's your beautiful daughter? I hope she's doing well.
she's doing really well.
That's really great. Antonio Banderas. Yeah, why do I see him moving? Is he moving closer to where you are, or is he moving into somebody's life a little bit more strongly?
No, he actually moved a little further away.
All right, well, he did move. Okay,
Yes.
he did move. But
Yes, he did.
I think it's temporary. I think it's a
Okay.
temporary thing. I think it's just for a few months. I think there is maybe an opportunity there that he needs to try out, or he needs to get into the rhythm of things. Does it have to do with a job?
Yes.
Okay, because what I'm hearing is he's going to be out there for a few months. I think he's going to do well in the job, but I see that there could be a look backward. He looks back, and I'm hearing the song, Look Homeward, Angel. And I think he's going to come back this way. Why do I see why do I see March around him? Is that a birthday, an anniversary, a passing?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
All right, well, some news in March around the gentleman that we're speaking about, and I just picked a goddess card for you, and it says Leap of Faith, all right?
Okay.
And it says, don't be afraid to put your heart's desire into action. Take a risk. Don't be afraid to put your heart's desire into action. And the picture is actually kind of beautiful. It's a young girl leaping into the sky with her arms outstretched. It says she's following her heart. So I think that's what I'm supposed to say. To follow your heart, don't be afraid to take a risk, and to just indicate to people around you what you are thinking and what you are feeling. And I'm hearing some happiness in March. They're showing me St. Patrick's Day. Does St. Patrick's Day mean anything to you now?
Well, very Irish, yes.
Okay, it could be that. And I think I've always been able to bring your wonderful dad back when we've seen each other. And I know you've seen me at Salem State, and it always seems that he makes his presence known.
Yep.
He's telling me that it was he who sent you the aport that you got out in Sedona. He said it came directly from him, but you already know that.
I already knew that.
Yeah, you knew that.
I did.
Okay.
I really did.
Because when it happened, you said to everybody, my dad just came through.
I did.
It did. It's from
You're
him.
right.
How wonderful. Can you
You're
quickly
really right.
tell us what it was?
Well, actually, you had told me that I would see dragonflies as like a memento of my father.
Okay.
And ever since you said that, I have seen, a lot of dragonflies. My husband actually bought me a diamond necklace
right, yeah.
with dragonflies. And anyway, we were in Sedona, and we were at this place called Tuzigoot, which was ancient ruins.
Oh, okay.
And I had been thinking a lot of my father. And we went into the gift shop, and I was going to buy a magnet. And it was like the Sonoran Desert magnet. And just as I was going to buy it, somebody came in and said, there's a rattlesnake up at such and such a place. So we ran up to see the rattlesnake. And when we came back, we made a quick stop into the ladies' room, and I went into the stall, and sitting in the stall in a little bag, I opened it up, was the magnet I was going to buy, and I had just seen a dragonfly on my way back from seeing
Oh, my gosh.
Seeing the rattlesnake. So
yes.
I knew
it was him.
It was him giving me the magnet just so that I would know
it was from
that
him.
He had been there with me.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, and I show the magnet to everybody.
Of course.
And I tell the story, and everybody says, oh, it gives me chills.
Of course. Isn't that's so evidentiary that he actually was able to leave it there for you?
Yep.
To tell you, I know you're here. I know I'm here. We're here together.
Absolutely.
Well, I have to tell you, I think there's good news in March around Antonio Banderas. And I think that follow her heart. That's what it's telling you to do. And I'll pick one more card. Let's see what it says. Oh, I got Mother Mary. Expect a miracle. And it says, have hopes that your prayers have been heard and have been answered. It's a very beautiful Blessed Mother card. And the Blessed Mother can be non-denominational. Mm-hmm. That would tell you that you are the Blessed Mother because this is your beautiful child. And what it says is that as a mother's heart always beats for her child, it says, have faith and hope that her prayers and her lifetime, you will see all the beautiful things that your father is telling us that will come true for her. And you will be happy. Thank you. Let me know what happens.
I will. Thank you, Linnea. It's always good to talk to you.
Yes, me too. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Take care. Bye-bye now. Thank you. What a beautiful story. Isn't that incredible?
It is incredible. Today you're getting more affirmations.
I know.
From
It's
the other
unbelievable.
Side.
I told you what happened on Mother's Day. On Mother's Day, I was in a restaurant, and the waitress came over at the end of the night and gave my friend and myself 2 potted plants of white mums. And we were stunned. We said, why are you doing this? And she said, I'm urged to give you these 2 centerpieces. All the waitresses got to keep the flowers tonight, and we have 2 extra potted plants. And I said, it's Mother's Day. We believe our mothers are having you give this flowers with the white of remembrance, and the mums means mum, M-U-M. Isn't that great?
Absolutely incredible.
That's so incredible.
And Linnea, the last time or 2 times you were on before, you talked about your mother.
Yes.
Eleanor.
Yes.
And how the name had just shown up a few times.
Up, right.
Well, that right after I've talked about this before, but we didn't discuss it on the air.
Okay.
It was in my brain, and the next day I got off the highway and a car went by with an abbreviated license plate, Eleanor.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
So, I mean,
Thank you.
It was just
Thank you.
She was coming through.
It was amazing.
Incredible.
You know?
It was a synchronicity.
And then I think that next time that I did a show here, I needed to pick a song, and the disc that I just took out had that on there.
Was it the
so it was
Beatles? Eleanor Rigsby? No.
No. It was just Eleanor by...
the Turtles?
Yep.
Eleanor G. And you found that.
Yeah,
That's from her.
It was just, wow.
Thank you
and
so much.
I've seen that car a few times. They may be listening too.
Thank you so much. That's so wonderful when people tune in and they get the affirmations of the things that mean something to them. And I try to tell people, if you have an open mind and an open heart, you just let it come to you. And you might not understand it initially, but you take your notes, you listen to what the person is telling you individually or in a group setting, and if you keep a running record of things that come true for you, there isn't any way that you can't put two and two together and come up with the answer. I mean, it's just so incredible. My mother sends me a lot of things. I'm very blessed with that. She sends apports constantly. And last Easter, the lovely little child that I was taking care of, I asked my mother to send me just something because it was Easter and the resurrection, and we follow that. And halfway through the afternoon, this little 6-year-old said, "I made you something." And I said, "Oh, you did?" And we went down to the wood shop, and he pulled out a cross. He's 6 years old, and he made a 10-inch cross, 2 things of wood, nailed together. And I said, "I love it. Why did you make that for me?" And he said, "Well, God told me you were missing your mother."
Oh, my goodness.
And he said, "If I made you a cross, you would know she's an angel with him, and you wouldn't cry anymore." And I just looked at him, and he said, "What are you going to do with it?" And I said, "Well, it's going to hang in my house. It's hanging in my hallway." And I said, "When you're all grown up, and you have met the person you're going to spend your life with, I'm going to wrap it up in a box, and I'm going to have dinner with this person, and I'm going to give this gift to that person, and as they open it up, I'm going to say that is the child that the young man is that you will spend the rest of your life with." I couldn't believe someone so small could be so spiritual. He said, "And now you hang that up," and he says, "Always remember your mom's an angel with God."
Oh, that's wonderful.
Out of the mouth of babes?
Yes.
Isn't that wild?
Yes.
Isn't that wild? And I hope that people will call in tonight. I know we have a few more minutes, and the call number would be 781-837-4900. Is that correct? Thank you. And we love to have people share with us affirmations. Have you had anything recently happen with you that was an affirmation of something you were waiting an answers to?
Not real. Well, it's funny. She mentioned dragonflies, and 2 weeks ago I did see a dragonfly, and then I saw a falling star. But I started arguing with the falling star because I've made wishes that don't always come true. So I thought, I'm going to be like Plato or Socrates here and sort of throw the question back. So I think I'm just being open to the universe.
Yeah, because when this lovely woman that just spoke with us came to see me at Salem State, I did pick up that particular apport. I said, "I see all these dragonflies." And she said, "I just did a room in my house with all black dragonflies." And a couple of weeks after that, her husband, as a surprise, went out and got her a very beautiful apport of diamonds on a charm that looks just like a dragonfly, which is really kind of cool. Oh, we have someone else on the line.
Is the caller Linda?
Yes, Linda, are you online?
Yes.
Yes. Have you ever done this before?
No.
All right, well, welcome, and I just ask you to have an open heart and an open mind. And they are asking me to ask you about the month of February. What is February to you?
February.
Is it a birthday, an anniversary, a passing?
Not that I can think of.
All right,
my brother's birthday. Well, my brother's birthday's in February.
All right, and is your mother on the earth plane?
Yes.
All right, well, there could be some good news around you and your mom and around the birthday time. Why are they saying February 18th, 19th, and 20th? When is her birthday?
Well, my brother's is the 17th.
All right, so then your brother was a couple of days old, so that, is something that somebody's telling me to repeat to you. And they do show me 1952. Why am I seeing the year 1952? Does that year mean anything to your family or to you? 1952? Was someone born?
My parents were married in 53.
All right, so your mother and father were dating, and they were probably getting together and making their wonderful plans. Why did they say William? Bill? William? Who's that?
There's my husband's father.
All right, and where is he?
He's passed.
All right, I think that's who's talking to me. I think William, the gentleman named William, says to come back, and he's just kind of saying that he's just sending his love and his caring around to all of you. Why is he showing me the Rose of Sharon? That's an Irish flower, and it blooms very beautifully periodically. It's kind of a pinky red flower. Does someone have the Rose of Sharon, to your knowledge? Is someone Irish around you?
I have a lot of Irish people around me, yes.
All right, well, the Rose of Sharon sometimes denotes a trip to Ireland. There could be a trip to Ireland. Somebody might be telling you about that. And why do they say Michael? Who is Michael around you?
My nephew.
All right, is that a grandson to William?
No.
All right, but it's a child in the family. How old is Michael?
He's 30.
All right, does he have children?
No.
All right, well, is this gentleman married?
Not yet.
All right, is there someone in his life now that might be a romantic interest that you're aware of? All right, because what I'm hearing is there could be news of a wedding around this wonderful couple. And I'm seeing actually a set of twins. They're showing me twins. Do twins run in your family at all?
A little, yes.
All right, because I'm hearing there could be a set of twins. I am going to pull a card for you, and I got October, and I got the spades, and it's October. Is October anything important to you right now?
I was married in October.
All right, that's kind of important.
Yeah.
And they're kind of showing me Christopher Columbus weekend. They're showing me that. Is that the weekend you got married?
Yes.
Okay. You got the 10 of spades, and spades is always financial. So this would tell me that anything you and your wonderful partner are doing or planning for, it says there could be financial acumen by your Christopher Columbus wedding anniversary. It says that. That's what it's telling me. And why did they say Anna?
My sister.
Anne. All right, Anne. Is Anne on the earth plane too?
Yes.
All right. And they are asking around for me to ask for your father. Where is your wonderful dad?
He's passed.
All right, I think that's somebody that might be talking to me. Why does he say John? Jonathan, who is that? All right, is he connected to Michael, the gentleman that is that his grandson?
My father's grandson, yes.
That's all right, because this man says that there's news of a wedding around Michael, and I hear the name John or Jonathan. Maybe that's a child that's coming. And why is your dad showing me Canada? Why is he showing me the country of Canada?
Oh, he's from Newfoundland, Canada.
All right. Oh. He's showing me Canada. So he's doing this thumbs up. He's kind of jumping up and down. I think he's pretty happy about talking to you. Why is he showing me eagles? Does someone have anything with an eagle on it?
I think he had a tattoo.
He had a tattoo of an eagle?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, because he says, show the eagle, show the eagle. He says he will send you something that has an eagle on it. Oh, what a nice, he's got a nice vibration. Why does he say Robert?
Robert.
Bob? I get that as a friend. I'm going to take that as a friend.
Okay.
And why is he showing me 606, the number 606? Why does he say that? 606.
Some of it is telephone number.
All right. All right, it's part of his telephone number. You know what he's telling me to tell you? Play 606. Play 606 3 nights. And hopefully, sometimes they'll come back and they'll say to buy a lottery ticket. And I don't want you to go down and, for $40,000 play the daily number. You don't do that. You just go down, you play it for a couple of nights, and I hope the good luck, because he says, yes, show with the good luck. He actually says something in the store is going to have an eagle on it. Look around the store and you'll see an eagle. Play 606. And I did get another card for you, and it's the sword with train tracks on it. So he says you are on the right track. And he says the sword is your strength. He said she's very, very strong. People can depend on her. When she says her word is as good as his. He said you're a lot like him.
Oh,
you're a lot like him. Thank you so much, Linda. Let us know what comes true.
Thank you, Linnea.
Take care. Thanks. And now I think we are going to go for a break.
So why don't you just say when you're coming back again so that people know. People who could not get on tonight know that you're coming back.
Yeah, we're coming back. I'm here every first Sunday of the month And my website is linneastar, linneastar.com. I have some upcoming events. You can look on my website. You'll be able to see them. And I'm coming back every first Sunday of the month. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. The audience, the staff are wonderful. And thank you so much.
Good. And when we go to the break, come see me. I've got a story for you.
I will.
Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back with Healthy Living right after this.
Healthy Living Institute is now offering a 650-hour massage therapy certification program. Begin your journey towards a career in massage therapy at HLI. The program is designed to provide professional instruction with an emphasis on experimental learning. At HLI, they're dedicated to providing hands-on experience in a